Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this time trial guide showing you how you can complete the time trials from July 16th until July 22nd. Starting off with the RC time trial in Vespucci Canals. For this one this week actually can make $200,000 instead of the usual $100,000. So definitely worth going for if you happen to have an RC Bandito, because that is a requirement in order to even be able to do this one. Now the time trial itself isn't too difficult. The only real difficulty you're going to have with this one is primarily going to be traffic. So whenever you're crossing a piece of road where cars could ruin your day, make sure to slow down maybe a little bit so you don't crash into them. Especially during this section with the bumps where you can see the oncoming traffic coming your way, it is a really good idea to slow down a little bit so you don't crash into a car and have to restart the entire time trial. In general though, it is not particularly difficult at all. I'd say you have 10 to 15 seconds to spare for this one because it is really easy to do, so it's probably going to be the easiest $200,000 you're making this week. There's only one particular section where you really have to slow down a lot, which is here, for example, when you're taking the sharp corner to the left. And don't really be too afraid to use your brakes for this one too, because it might make the corner to the right a little bit easier too. As you continue driving, you will reach a point which is right here, where you definitely want to take it slow because obviously you might be missing a checkpoint or two and start flipping out your RC Bandito if you're not careful. After that, it really is just the final stretch home, and you're obviously gonna have to worry a little bit about the traffic that might happen on that particular road, but during the night it will be a little bit easier and there will be a little bit less traffic as well. Moving on to the regular time trial, instead of going the roadway, we're immediately just going to do some off-roading and cutting ourselves a bunch of time and making everything a little bit easier. When you're landing with your Baddie 801, which is the bike that we're using, make sure to let go of your acceleration and land on your back wheel in order to not fall off. If that happens to you, you can still take the regular road and you'll be more than fine still. Another pro tip I can give you too, by the way, is by putting a waypoint on the section that I put it on as well, so you know exactly where to go and what route to take when you take the ride. When you're taking the ride and going through the Vinewood Hills, I advise you to go and lean forward instead of trying to pop wheelies. In general, it's easier, it might be a little bit slower, but it still is fast enough in order to get you through the Vinewood Hills as quick as possible. Once you reach this certain point here, it really is just a matter of just following the road, so don't be afraid to pop a wheelie here and there, especially during the longer straight. But if you really want to play it safe, leaning forward will still give you enough of a speed boost in order to do this. Especially with this section where we're going through now, it can be a little bit difficult to see traffic coming your way sometimes, so don't be afraid to just stick to leaning forward and you'll be alright. When you're crossing this section, obviously look out for traffic, and then it's just simply going up the hill, and make sure to also use the little shortcut that I'm about to do too, in order to save you some time. Also be careful not to hit any curbs on the side, or you might see a little bit more of Los Santos than you bargained for. After that, and you cross the line, another $100,000 is in your pocket and you will be good to go. I personally did this with like 15 seconds to spare, even though I also went for a little bit of a flying lesson at one point. So definitely very easy one to do, just follow what I did on screen. And if you need some more help and you want to see the raw footage of both the time trials that I have shown off today, so you can hear when I accelerate and when I slow down, then there'll be a link in the description down below to that unlisted video as well. But with all that said and with all that done, that was it for this one. Thank you also very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.